pizza crust now. It's a veggie seed nut pizza crust. And in this we're going to use almonds that I've had soaking in the fridge since last night, so they've been soaking lots of time for a long time. About 3 to 4 hours ago I soaked some sunflower seeds and pumpkin seeds, and you can actually see where the shells of the seeds are coming off in the enzyme inhibitors. So we're going to rinse and drain those really well. We've got flax seeds, 3/4 of a cup soaking, 3/4 of a cup ground, 3 carrots, 2 zucchini. The zucchinis are quite big, the carrots are fairly small. You could add another carrot and do 4, or do like 1.5 zucchinis, but it's fine, any combination, as long as there's about 3 to 4 cups of vegetables, you'll be fine. We're going to use olive oil and a little bit of salt, and that's all there is to it. So everything is going to go into the food processor. First I'm going to get my vegetables ready. The carrots I'm going to peel. You could also just wash and scrub them really well, but these are quite dirty, so do a little bit of peeling. Okay, the zucchinis I've already washed. I'm just going to cut the ends off. Here and here. Like those. And then these are all ready. Then the vegetables are just going to get cubed. So I'm going to quarter the zucchinis and just chop it into smaller pieces to go in the processor. Actually, I'll put them right into the processor because there's no real order to this. Everything is just going to get blended down quite finely, and we're going to add everything into the bowl with the ground flax seeds. So I got these out of the way, and the carrots. Those with the zucchini to the processor. A food processor is one of the least expensive items in the raw kitchen, appliances in the raw kitchen. It's such an asset and makes life so easy to have one. So we're just going to blend this down quite fine. Always have your spatula ready. Bring down the sides. Everything gets chopped up to a uniform size, which is really quite fine. Pulse it just 2 or 3 more times. I like seeing the little bits of the carrot and the zucchini in it. It gives it a nice color. There. So I'm going to show you just like that. A little bit more, a little bit less, you're going to be just fine though. If you don't have it perfect, not to worry. So I'm going to add this into the ground flax seeds. I'm going to put everything into this bowl. Everything's going to get ground, and just add it in, and we'll just mix it all together. The flax seeds that have been soaking, they're just going to get added straight in. They're not going to get processed. Okay, so I'll put these in. So you can see how they've really gelled up. It's this, and especially the ground flax seeds, that's going to be the binding agent for the pizza crust, and it's really going to hold it together. You can see the gel. See the liquid gel? My hand in the way. So now I'm going to drain my nuts and seeds. I've had sunflower seeds and pumpkin seeds soaking for 3 hours. And they've gotten really murky. They've really let off a lot of the outer coating and the enzyme inhibitors that's in it. And you really don't want to eat this stuff, so it's really important to rinse them, and rinse them quite well and drain them. I love this spray. I miss it when I'm at home, but just under running water is fine. Just rinse it quite well. Okay, add them into the food processor. I'm going to add the almonds now too, because they're both going to get processed quite a bit. And my almonds, which have been soaking. That was a cup. It's probably a little more, like a cup and a quarter, a cup and a half now, because they swell when you soak them. Same thing, rinse and drain them quite well. The spray has a little bit more force, so it's quicker for me to rinse them here. Add them into the processor. And I'm going to add my oil and my salt all to this, so then when I add this in, everything is in there. So the salt. And a ½ cup olive oil. Now it's possible, if you don't want to use so much oil, just to put a ¼ cup in. It'll work just fine. The ½ cups though will help it be a little bit more flexible. But if you don't want to have, if you're making it at home and you don't want to have so much oil, your system a ¼ cup is fine. It's just going to be a little bit more of a crisp crust. Scrape down the sides. I'm going to do it one more time. I like this to be a little bit more processed. Let's have a nice almondy earth flavor to it. There's the mixture. Okay. And just use your spatula to get it all out. That's it. Then everything just gets mixed in together. I'm going to use I have a nice big spoon. A wooden spoon would work well too. This is just the closest thing to me. Spatula's a little bit light for this mixing job. Hands would be fine too. Especially if you have your Teflon sheets ready on your dehydrator screen, because you can go straight from mixing this to pressing it into a flat sheet. Just make sure it's all evenly mixed. Isn't it pretty, all the bits of orange and the carrot and the green? And it really tastes amazing. One of the wonderful things about soaking nuts and seeds is you're not only creating a living product. They start the growth process, so they have a larger life force around them. But also, some people who are really sensitive to nuts and seeds can eat them where normally they couldn't. I have a friend and I used to make this. And one day she came over and she wanted to try it, and she said, I'm going to really suffer tomorrow. I know I'll be broken out and red hives, but she was dying to try it because I just made the cheese and I was going to make the pizza and the crust. So I made some and she loved it, and she actually had a couple slices of it. And the next day she called me and went, I can't believe it, like I don't have anything, like no marks at all. So I think it was the soaking of it. I think it removes the toxins, the enzyme inhibitors, and where it starts the digestion process, it's not so hard on your system. I can't guarantee that for everybody. That was just the case this time with a friend of mine, but I know a lot of people can eat them who can't normally. So that's it. Now it's just ready to get spread out in sheets.